Hello and thank you for joining us for Powering Virginia. I'm Jessica Nall. We're exploring ways that you can live and save green right here in Central Virginia. Farm fresh produce is delicious and now easier to enjoy than ever. One company growing in popularity delivers fruit, vegetables, and market fresh goodies to your doorstep from farmers all over Virginia and North Carolina. And cool down from spending time in the kitchen, picking a delicious meal right from the vine and taking it to the table. Stay with us for the step-by-step instructions to a deconstructed eggplant parmesan. And take scraps destined for the trash and repurpose them into one of the best garden boosters money could buy, except for you, it's free. The art of composting and an easy-to-create composter to make yourself. Plus, the Greater Richmond region will be on the world stage in 2015, hosting the World Cycling Championship. How is the area making room for two wheels? Find out on Powering Virginia.
The World Road Cycling Championships are coming to Richmond in September 2015. Obviously a huge event. You're talking, Tour de France level cyclists. What we're looking to kind of capitalize upon that is using that as kind of an anchor to really, drive some initiatives that have kind of been in the works for the last several years towards making Richmond more bike friendly.
This is much more than a bike race. It's not really ultimately about the bike race. It's what the bike race can do. We look at the race as a catalyst for transformational change. And one of our goals is to make the region, make the state more bike and pedestrian friendly. Ideally, after the race, we would see more bike infrastructure around the region. We'd see people commuting to work by bike.
We have an immediate opportunity coming up with the 2015 World Cycling Championships, and there's going to be a lot of eyes on Richmond. There's going to be a lot of cycling enthusiasts and their families in Richmond, and so between now and then I think it's really important that we start to put in some high-impact projects that shows the world, Richmond has a strong bicycling culture, but we also have strong bicycling infrastructure. On the city side, the city is developing a bicycle master plan right now, and so we're working really closely with the city to make sure that this plan works for people of all ages and abilities on a bicycle, so that the people who are biking are not just biking for sport or recreation, but they're also biking for basic transportation.
We're getting ready to really ramp up our bike master plan process. We're doing that as an additional service under our what's dubbed Richmond Connects, the multimodal transportation plan that the city's finishing up. And getting down into some of the more finer grained details of where we can really do good bike infrastructure.
The bike boulevard that they're talking about doing on Floyd Avenue is a great example of something where you can take an existing road and make some changes to it to make it more bike friendly without a lot of significant investment.
There's projects coming up like Floyd Avenue Bicycle Boulevard, which would prioritize about 2.25 miles of Floyd Avenue between VCU and where we are now, Carytown, and make that a really safe corridor for people on bikes.
So the intent there with a bike boulevard or neighborhood byway is to use better traffic calming measures and allow bikes and pedestrians to flow through throughout that corridor without having to stop and go, because obviously it negates the benefit of being able to bike somewhere if you're constantly having to stop.
Making those connections east-west and north-south so that we have a connected network is really important. We don't want bike lanes that don't go anywhere. We don't want bike lanes that drop off mid-block and force you into traffic.
The big thing is a nice network of bike routes. If you have a kind of a disjointed or fragmented network of routes or bike facilities, it doesn't really get you very far. Obviously, it's kind of like the old adage of your chain is only as strong as its weakest link. If someone has a real hard time getting across, say, the James, that river, it might as well be the Berlin Wall.
It would be great if, in the morning you see a couple hundred people, maybe even a couple thousand people commuting to work.
I would like to see our streets filled with people on bikes. I'd like to see protected spaces for them to ride. I'd like to see 80-year-old people on bikes. I'd like to see 8-year-old people on bikes, and everyone using our public space in a way that's safe and responsible and I'd like it to be comfortable for everyone to get around.
And still to come, the farmers market goes digital, delivering farm fresh local produce and organic produce, cheeses, breads, and meats right to your doorstep.
Plus, Vine Fresh to the table, growing a great meal and skipping a lot of time in the kitchen. We're making deconstructed eggplant parmesan. Powering Virginia continues after this break.